Hi, I'm Margie from Homestead Window Treatments, and today starts our new series on all the different styles of interior design and what window treatments work best with each. Today we'll start with the traditional style. When I think of traditional, I think of curved legs on furniture, curvy surfaces, detailed, ornate designs in different pieces. You might think of brass fixtures and curves and details on frames, things that are old world. So when I'm designing window treatments for a traditional space, I like to incorporate those elements. I like to have curved cutouts in a cornice. I like to have rounded corners instead of square. I like to have details that are ornate rather than just very plain and simple. Another example of something traditional would be the ornate finials that you can add to the end of your drapery pole, or you can do a Kingston valance with some gathered fabric. Also, when I'm working in a traditional home, I like to pick fabrics that also work with that style, which would be floral, damask, a stripe that repeats in a rhythmic way. The menswear style that is popular now is also a bit traditional. You can do plaids, houndstooth, checks. And when I'm working with a client, when I use the word traditional, I think sometimes it might have a negative connotation sometimes, because I feel that people feel like it might be a stuffy look. I think we've all associated it at one point with that parlor room, that living room that you weren't allowed to touch as a child, which has all of the drapery and fancy furniture. But it doesn't have to be so formal to be traditional. You can have a traditional casual space like a den that has a chenille fabric to jump in the couch and do an upholstered cornice, and that as long as the shapes are there and the fabrics are there, I think that it will become traditional without being stuffy or too formal. For those of you out there who tend to gravitate towards traditional elements, but you're concerned that maybe it's not today, there is hope. The traditional look is classic. It's timeless. It's survived the ages and it's still around today. It's just a matter of using today's colors, using today's fabric patterns, and just bringing in those traditional touches without going overboard. So if you're concerned about staying on trend and you like traditional, just remember, I tell my customers all the time, this is your home. You have to feel comfortable. You have to look at this every day. So the only person it really should matter to is you. You have to like it. So we at Homestead want to know, what's your style? What do you want to see next? Put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.